Alrighty, how do we do this? Well, you have to have an understanding of fractional indices, and in fact, I would write it as this. So a to the 4, but it's the cube roots times 1 over a. Well, actually, this thing here is a to the 4 over 3. And you know what? I'm going to put one extra step in. Okay, I'm going to say that it's a to the 4, and then I'm raising it to the power of a third. They are the same thing. To take the cube root and raise to the power of a third is the same thing. So that's going to mean I get a to the 4 over 3. Now there's one other thing I need to deal with this and write it in index form. And actually this is a to the minus 1. They are the same thing as well. You need to know that if you want to understand, if you want to use fractional indices. It's a bit harder to show where it comes from. I might do so at the end of this actually. And then it's just a case of using our rule of powers where we add the powers, 4 over 3 minus 1. And that 4 over 3 minus 1 is actually 1 over 3. I suppose if I'm doing it really carefully, I might write it as 4 over 3 minus 3 over 3. Notice the common denominator now, and then I can get a third. Okay, or you might recognize that if you have 4 over 3 and you minus 1, you get it straight away. You don't necessarily need this step. Just very quickly, if we do the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, then we get 2. Because that's the definition of the square root of 2, something, a number that times by itself gives the number inside the square root. If we do the same for 2 to the half, then we add the powers and we get half plus a half, which is 1, and you also get 2, you get 2 to the 1, which is also 2. And therefore these things are the same thing, and the same logic can be applied to the cube root. The cube root of 2 is 2 to the power of a third. In general, the cube root of x is x to the power of a third, and you can generalize this to x to 1 over n is the nth root of x, and then you can generalize it to x to the m over n is the nth root of x to the m, and so on. That's the sort of thing you have to have an understanding of for this question.